What is going on, everybody? We are live again. Yes, we are live again. Stream number 2 of Double Stream Thursday here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. This is another live edition of Impact Breakdown here on the channel. If you are new to the Around the Point Network YouTube channel, we're also live on Twitch and I think also on Twitter as well. If you're catching us on any of those platforms, please hit the good old subscribe and like and all that fun stuff, and it is appreciated. It really, really is appreciated. As always, let me just get this out of the way here. As always, I am Steve, and I'm here joined by the good brother, the one, the only Cpeezy. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
How do I say goodbye to what we had? What's up, Steve? Just another day and another week of crazy professional wrestling. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into this shit, man. A lot to get into today on this episode of Impact Breakdown. Impact Rust, TNA Impact. Sorry, almost, sometimes a little old habits.
Tomato.
Who knows, man? I think this new regime might want to recall it Impact Wrestling again. So
TNA is back. It truly is back, Steve. It truly is back.
Truly is back. The wrestling, the logo is back. The old theme is back, and even the politics, and even the behind the scenes drama.
All the BS came back too with it.
Yeah, it's a lot to get into. So overall, I thought tonight's show was honestly not an exciting like other weeks. You know what I mean? Like that first week was fire, right?
It's hot.
And then along the way, it's just, and I'm not saying they're bad shows. I'm not saying that these shows were bad or anything, but they slowly like dwindled down a little bit. Yeah. And that always was one of my concerns with TNA or Impact. Like they'll have the most fire pay-per-views, right? Yeah. The wrestling wise, it's like, yo, you know what? It's gonna make me want to watch the following show. And it's like, yo, I'm really looking forward to watching, and who knows, maybe get back into the mix of things and all that stuff. And along the way, they'll always find a way to just, and again, we're not saying that it was bad. We're not saying that. Yeah. But they could have done better. You know what I mean? If you watch the show, let us know your thoughts and all that stuff. Your thoughts on the show. What did you like? What did you not like? And all that stuff. We thought we saw some surprises, right? We saw some surprises back to their old ways. But also, they also promoted a future, pay-per-view, Rebellion, going down on 420, live from the Palms, back to Vegas. A lot of things going down in Vegas, bro. A lot of shit going down, right?
Vegas is a wrestling place now, all of a sudden.
Yeah, bro. The Super Bowl this weekend, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a football expert here, but if I'm to do a little slip here, I would say Patty Mahomes does over 250 yards, passing, right? I say Travis Kelce anytime touchdown score. I say Christian McCaffrey 70-yard rushing.
70 yards.
All right, 50,
come on, Steve. You're undershooting Christian McCaffrey right here. He's going against the Chiefs defense. Everyone tries to say, "Oh, this is like one of the greatest defense." Dude, they suck. They're trash. I'm sorry.
All right. Again, I'm not familiar. Now, this is soccer, be a whole nother story. You know what I mean?
Your boy Taker doing a side quest.
Yeah, he was. He was out there Saudi, man.
Talking about he's never going to bring back the dead man gimmick, but Saudi money talks.
We make Arab money. Yeah, Ronaldo was like, "What the hell is this? Why am I here, man? This is ridiculous." But besides all that, right?
Yeah.
Let's get to today's show. Listen, besides what happened, there's a bigger story in all this. and that is pertaining and relating, as my old friend Andre Corbeil would say, pertaining and relating. Right? I don't know if you ever watched any of his old stuff back in the day.
I used to watch him. Yeah.
Him and Big Ray and all that stuff back in the day. Like he was Andre was like the biggest TNA like fan of all time, right? So
a Fool Killer.
Yeah. Oh, that's a name I have not heard in a long time.
Fool Killer, dedicated. I think he's a movie reviewer now or something.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But the bigger, but I digress. You see what I did there? Bigger story here, pertaining and relating to one Scott D'Amore. Everything now this week, you wake up and everything's going good, right?
Yeah.
You wake up, everything's going good, right? You watch NXT, was it Vengeance Day? The breakup of pause, that is, right? Of Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. You go over to Monday, right? You're wondering what's gonna happen with Seth freaking Rollins, right? The biggest chump in the history of the WWE.
Mid-card Seth, man. He's like Jeff Jarrett in WCW 2000. A bunch of big stars are around him, but he just means absolutely nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. He's an awesome dude, Casey. Casey's Raw Gaming and Wrestling. Hope all's well with you, as well as Armand. Right. And then you go into yesterday, the big breaking news coming out of Wednesday. Again, Wednesday, we're looking forward to Dynamite, right? Looking forward to AEW. Hopefully,
Tony, Steve, you didn't even review it.
Listen, man.
Come on.
Press conference, man. Like, come on. Listen, I asked the boys. I asked everyone. Like, put yourself in their shoes. What would you rather have done? Review AEW Dynamite or watch along to the press conference at the same time you're doing Dynamite review? Like, again.
Yeah.
They didn't have a choice. To be fair, there was a point I'm like, oh shit, this might go over to TNA time. Fuck, yo.
Well, it kind of did if you include that last portion of it with The Rock backstage, but yeah.
So we're like, you know what? The news came in yesterday. Out of nowhere, the TNA has terminated former TNA president, now because he's no longer the president, Scott D'Amore. And it caught everyone by surprise. Like, what is happening? What is this? This is unheard of. What are they doing? Right? Like, what? There were no details to why, right? There's no, other than the fact that he got let go. He got terminated, right?
Yeah.
And now some other guy whose name I can't even fucking pronounce right now. Do you know the new president? Who the new president is?
Anthony somebody.
Anthony somebody, right? Anthony whatever. That point is those new presidents. A new president. It's an anthem guy, basically. It's an anthem guy. And when you heard there are people in the community that were happy about this, that were like, yeah, good riddance, what have you, right? Depending what journalist you listen to. He's catching a lot of space.
That boy messy, man. He messy.
He's in the mud right now. He's in the mud. But that's not here or there. Okay. There's some people who again felt like he was one of the problems with TNA and all that stuff. And then there's people who I'm kind of in the same category with this, who felt like, he was the guy who gave a fuck. Right. You know what I mean? He was the guy who really cared at the end of the day about TNA. And again, you felt it. If you watch Bound for Glory, right? He cut that passionate promo near the end where he almost blew his lungs out. Like he was tearing up, like, TNA, if you love something, you never let it go, right? Yeah. TNA wrestling, we're fucking back, right? And everyone, myself, was like, all right, middle school me is back. All right, TNA's back.
Yeah.
Then the episode happens, right? It was what? Will Ospreay, Josh Alexander too, and after the match, he comes out, and some would even say, "Oh, he grandstanded," both Ospreay and Alexander. But I didn't even view it in that way.
Nah,
he was just cutting this passionate promo. He was being real emotional, right?
Yeah.
About TNA. And you're like, all right, I like where this is going, right? And then he's gone. And then you find out the reason behind all of this is because he wanted to buy TNA from Anthem. Buy TNA. Because the thing was also, there's reports going around that he wanted a bigger budget for TNA. A bigger budget. That's up there with, let's say, the likes of a WWE or an AEW. Right?
Yeah.
Bring more budget to even sign bigger names. Which is rightfully so. I mean, like, at the end of the day, listen, you may not be the number 2 anymore that you were at one point. Yeah. Let's face it, you're not.
That's facts.
But you can still be a good alternative.
That's true.
A good standout, a good different, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, they could be there like, actually, never mind. I'm going to hold my opinion on that because I think that's a bad comparison. I was going to say they could be like an ECW, but that's kind of what they are right now with the little budget that they have. That's basically what TNA is like. But
and then that the reports that were coming out that he wanted more money. He wanted to buy TNA from Anthem.
Yeah.
And imagine what could have been a TNA under, granted, we know Scott D'Amore was president by title from Anthem, but under ownership, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
When you're owning the company, and then, again, you see on social media and you feel for the talent, because there's a lot of talent, bro, that really went on social media and went to bat for Scott D'Amore. How Scott D'Amore changed their life, made an impact, no pun intended, on everyone's career. How they would literally, go to battle for Scott D'Amore. It felt like, right? Mm-hmm. Moose even said, "Hey, there's no Scott D'Amore. I might not even be here."
Yep, your world champion saying this. That's not, mind you, he re-signed a new contract. It was touted as one of the longest signed contracts in all of TNA history. So I'm assuming this has got to be at least up to 5 to 6 years or plus, maybe.
Yeah. Bro, he's gonna have his better years, his good years in TNA.
Yeah.
He's gotten himself in amazing shape. But let's face it, his good years are going to be in TNA. They will not be in a WWE ring. They will not be in an AEW ring. Hell, may not even be in a New Japan ring.
Yeah.
It's going to be in TNA. And now the guy who everybody wants around is gone. And what was your thoughts? What was your thoughts when you heard all this, bro? What was going to your mind, bro?
Well, when I saw it, I was okay. I'm gonna give you the real life story. I woke up, I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw the TNA logo on their Instagram. Whenever you see the TNA logo, Steve, it's about to be some sort of announcement, breaking news thing.
Facts.
And it said Scott D'Amore had been terminated, and it wasn't a best in future endeavors to Scott D'Amore. No, it was just like, yo, he's out of here. He's gone. Like, yeah, bye-bye. Right. So immediately my first thoughts were like, damn, like wow, this is like so shocking. But then I had to get into, the two sides of everything. A lot of us wrestling fans, we like to think with our hearts, with a lot of decisions, and we never think in terms of in our brain for business purposes, right? So I'm gonna start first with just personally in the heart how we feel, right? So it's like, yeah, Scott D'Amore, he did care about TNA. You had so many people who've had control over TNA that, they own TNA, but like they never really like actually cared about the brand itself. It was a money maker in some cases. In some cases, it was just a vanity project, right? So here's D'Amore. He resurrected a dead brand. It started out with him and Don Callis in 2018. These two came together to resurrect TNA together. Don Callis had let's say a Vince McMahon-esque situation with Scarlett Bordeaux, which led his exit.
So that was legit. There was some legitimacy to what Nick Osmond was saying. Okay.
Yes. So there was a Scarlett Bordeaux. That incident kind of gave him the boot out of TNA, which led D'Amore by himself to run it. And he was working as a VP. He wasn't even the president all these years that he was building it back up. So now we're here and we had the big event in Vegas. And you know, what I personally think is I think Anthem saw that event in Vegas. They saw that TNA could draw money again in some way, but they saw they could draw money with this much budget to do it. Yeah. Not saying TNA drew $1 million house or anything, but Anthem saw they draw this with this much of a budget, they got to make some income. And now Anthem's like, oh, well, we don't need this guy. He's you see, but here's the other side of it though, right? D'Amore, he tried to buy TNA from Anthem. What type of message is that giving in the relationship between Anthem and Scott D'Amore, right? If I work under you, Steve, and you run a restaurant business, and in the middle of the restaurant business, I'm your top chef, and one day I say, you know what, Steve, I got banking over here. I actually want to buy this for you, and we were locked in for a lot of years together. You probably are gonna consider like, oh, okay, but you're gonna feel away like, wait.
Depends though, because it depends really. Okay, how long I've been in the business,
right? Yeah.
You know, am I content with the money that I've made?
That's true too.
You know what I mean? And I think in this situation, for Anthem, it's like, okay, like you said, they saw how much money was generated, but they realized in order to generate this said money, we're gonna need to now fund even more now.
Yes.
And that's not what they want to do.
Yes, exactly.
You know, it's like, I think someone said this on Twitter and forgot the person's name, but it's kind of true. You know, Anthem is like Sinclair.
Yes.
Where they have this money. They have the money.
Yes.
They just don't want to spend it.
Yep.
You know, they're just content with what they have.
That's correct.
And that's fine. And that's fine if you are. But the thing for a lot of people, for the eyes of a lot of people, is in order for TNA to grow, they have to get out of Access TV. You can't be stuck on Access TV. You have to really be on a big time network like a TBS or, you know, a USA Network or a CW, right? A network that's in more homes. The problem is, and we said this before, you and we don't have Access TV.
Yeah.
We have to rely on the good old Peruvian link to watch TNA.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I am a TNA member. I'm a member under TNA channel.
Yeah.
However, I can't watch TNA live like everyone else. I have to watch a 30-minute delay, which makes no fucking sense for me. But whatever. It is what it is. You know what I mean? What I wish they would do, and obviously they don't do it anymore. Didn't they used to stream the show on Twitch?
Yeah, they got banned because of the RVD segment.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, back
Twitch is not so nice with unbanning.
Well, people. they can go to they can go over to Royal
Rumble,
Royal Rumble, yeah, over to Royal Rumble. See how they like it over there, but that's no here or there. Okay. Yeah. Where does Scott D'Amore go from here, bro? Honestly, I don't know. It's gonna be very weird now to see where this company goes. I mean, do they keep it push? Do they keep it pushing? Like I know there was a conference call yesterday. I think it was Fightful who reported this. There was a conference call with everyone from all the talent, right? And a lot of them were upset. Some of them were willing to get released. Some of them wanted out. We don't know who exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It begs the question now, like, what's going to be the morale now? What's going to be the state of this company? You know,
and that's like the big deal right there is the morale. I'm under the impression that some of these talent, they could definitely get paid double times what they're getting paid in TNA and more. But they stayed in TNA because they respect and liked Scott D'Amore. I honestly think it's kind of like, you ever hear those stories about Paul Heyman in ECW, and they said Paul Heyman could talk so much power with you, make you believe yourself so much, you would go out there and kill yourself for free. Like some people, these guys weren't even getting paid in ECW, and they were doing all that, right? So I think D'Amore kind of had that type of, he had that type of energy over the locker room. And you think about the relationships he developed along the way. He got Okada to step back into a TNA ring.
Yeah,
no one thought this was possible.
He got Okada to literally who were crap. I don't know, again, those of you who watch New Japan, he got Okada, who said he would never go back to TNA, never go back, to literally say, all right, I'm back, and kiss the ring.
Kiss the ring.
Logo, bro. Kiss the fucking logo. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It is crazy, dude. And I wish him the best. I really, really do. Do I think he's done with wrestling? I don't think so. I think he gets picked up by either WWE or AEW. My heart says AEW, though. My gut.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett's gonna get him a job in there.
Yeah. And who would to say, bro? Because there was even discussions that, the potential of a WWE and TNA working relationship, right? Because you remember Jordan Grace showed up at the Royal Rumble at number 5.
That's true.
Right? Could we see again, maybe that was a D'Amore call, right?
Yeah.
The idea of a Scott D'Amore, running TNA and allowing them to work with WWE. That may not happen now. May not even happen.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens, bro. Again, it sucks, man. It totally, totally sucks to see what has transpired over there, man. But again, man, thank you, Scott D'Amore. Thank you for bringing back the hope. For giving a fuck. For giving a fuck, bro. At a time where most people in the suits and ties of that brand of Anthem who don't care, who are just content of having a wrestling show,
it's just a tape library to Anthem at the end of the day. They want to give the minimum amount of money, and they want to produce a lot of content with this minimal amount of money, and when they see fit, they're going to sell off the library for a lot of money. I mean, that's kind of how they saw TNA. It wasn't even really under their banner, right? You read in the reports, it was like kind of its own thing outside of Anthem, and now Anthem saw it, and now they're like, all right, we're going to actually bring it under our own banner, under the company.
Yeah, basically.
So,
Car Club, just join us, why has he been fired?
Yeah, a lot of new names I'm seeing in here, Steve.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome. First of all, just rewind it back a little bit, but just to give you the quick spark notes here, he wanted to buy TNA from Anthem, and Anthem were like, "Nah, that ain't happening." And there was some friction basically between both. Frantic World writes here, "What's up, guys in chat? I saw Scott was trying to buy TNA, and if Anthem was going to sell TNA, they would talk to AEW, WWE, or other companies." It's another thing too, bro.
Yeah.
I think for them, and again, I hope not, dude, because I do see, again, you need alternatives. You need it, not just AEW, WWE, but you also need your TNAs, your MLWs, even though not really that many people, I'm sure, don't. There's probably people who still watch MLW, but it's not like that anymore. You know what I mean? Especially with Kojima beating Alex Kane, but it is what it is, right? You have, again, your GCWs of the world and so on and so forth. So again, you do need alternatives. You need them, But again, this show's still going on. I mean, I'm like, I don't know, man. This was short-lived, huh? But
us.
But here we go. But other than that, bro, I thought tonight's show was solid. To be honest, it was a solid show. The show opened up here, if I'm not mistaken, here with Chris Sabin versus John Skyler, bro. Yeah. This opened the show. I thought this was fine for what it was. Chris Sabin did pick up the W, as expected. Again, he is facing Mustafa Ali at No Surrender. That's going to be his No Surrender debut. Yeah. And again, I just hope that we don't get the old politics, the old tradition, man. It's TNA all over again. But
but yeah, it was a fine match. I can't lie. I caught like towards the end of it because of the other stuff that was going on. But yeah, it was. Yeah. It seemed like it was fine. So
for what? And again, it's John. I mean, again, it's freaking. It's John Skyler here. Like, come on, bro. Like,
from the good hands, Steve. The good hands.
These good hands right here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hopefully, he will end up in a decent company as he did wonders for TNA. Yeah. He did, bro.
Yeah, he should honestly. Shawn Michaels need to hit him up.
Yeah, man. Imagine him working. Imagine him running NXT, being an assistant or producer. Again, he has friends in a lot of places. I do think AEW where he lands, though.
Yeah,
I do think that's where he lands, if anything. But we'll see. From there, hold on a second here, because I got the cage match result, but I also want to get here the order, if you will.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, me.
Hold on, give me 1 second, Steve. I gotta get my charger for the.
You computer. Good, bro? You good, bro? Take your time, brother. Take your time. If you have questions, drop in your questions. Yeah, TNA should not go out of business. Absolutely, friend world. They should not go out of business. I thought at first it could have been something relating to Vince's troubles, but at least it's nothing to do with that. Absolutely not, bro. Car Club, nothing to do with that. So that's good. So from there, we had Alex Shelley being interviewed where he promised to make sure the system felt every bit of him dismantling Eddie Edwards tonight. And we're back. Here we go.
All
right. From there, we got Tasha Steelz versus Xia Brookside. It's good women's wrestling here. I thought it was a decent match where it was going back and forth, but Tasha Steelz, my jersey sis, bro, stole the win, bro. Stole the win, and
come on, Tia. Yeah. What was that? What was that booking decision? She just came in the company. She's taking a L.
I mean, didn't she take it off the pay-per-view? I mean,
that was Ultimate X. That's not a real L. She's getting pinned, Steve. 2 weeks in the company, she beat Tasha Steelz.
I think what it is too. Yeah, I agree. I think what it is, bro. You don't want her again. Remember, Tasha Steelz is a former knockout champion.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not gonna look right. Oh, the new girl off the rip is beating the former knockout champion. Like, if it was someone lower on the card, like Jody Threat, you know what I mean?
Jody Threat.
That's fine. You know what I mean? If it's someone like who else is there, like on the bottom of the barrel there in the pecking order of the knockouts division?
I mean, everybody's used fairly decent, right? Yeah, you don't really look at
unlike the Wednesday show, unlike the Wednesday show, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you see him once, you never see him again sometimes.
Yes. So let's see. Seems like a real genuine bloke. So the fact that he's been fired for trying to buy it seems a bit unfair, but he's done for what he's done for the company, out of all the places he would go at, I hope he lands at WWE. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So let's move on here, brother. From there, we got a little backstage, a little action, right, between Ace Austin and Chris Bay. They were cutting a promo, obviously hyping up their match next week, match number 2 in the best of 3 series against JYV. And what do you know? JYV attacked them backstage. Where
JYV? Who is JYV, Steve?
The grizzled young veterans.
Oh, GYV?
Yeah, GYV. JYV, GYV. You know what I mean, okay? Walter was here. That'd probably be a clip. With Gibson injuring Austin's left arm before an army of security guards came in to separate them. So again, you got to work something. You got to work a little angle here, right?
Yeah.
Where someone gets hurt. But again, I do think that ABC do win match number 2, but you gotta give them some adversity, right?
Yeah.
So I'm fine with this. I'm totally fine with it. Your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, it makes sense. I kind of wish this best of 3 was
a best out of 5 series.
Yeah, best out of 5.
Or you want to do like the AEW best of 7 series?
No. We don't need that many tag matches unless you're gonna throw gimmicks on them. But yeah, I just kind of wish it was best out of 5. But it should be another good match between these two teams. It's just very strange now how I look at the booking for this entire show, because it's like this booking was done in one person's vision, and now what you're going to see going forward is done in another person's vision.
Yeah, it's another thing too. And that one thing with Scott D'Amore's him being gone now, a lot of the stuff that he booked, will they continue that? Will they make it better?
Yeah.
Or will they just rely on the veterans that are there? Who, again, I'm pretty sure Tommy Dreamer will take over the book. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Will he still follow the same vision of Scott D'Amore? We don't know.
Yeah.
So something to keep an eye on along the way here. From there, we saw Jake Something confronting Kazarian backstage for attacking Eric Young, saying that he would not look up to him anymore and challenged him into a match. So that's something that's happening next week.
From Jake Something, I don't know, man. He should be sad. Scott D'Amore is gone, man. I don't think his push is going to be going up much longer.
I'm pretty sure right now, if you're Jake Something right now, bro,
I'm not happy. I'm pissed off. Look at me.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's probably one of those guys that was pissed off. You know, he came back, and now the guy's homeboy's gone. What the fuck is this? We got Zachary Wentz versus Speedball Mike Bell. I thought this was a very, very good match, bro.
This was fun.
This was very fun. Two guys that are X Division. To think, right? Had things not gone the way that they went, right? Nash Carter would be up there with his tag team partner, probably on Raw and SmackDown by now. Yeah. But it is what it is. We're not going to go there, right? But a very good back and forth, bro. Very good back and forth. You realize, hey, these guys are X Division guys, but they can deliver. They fucking can, bro. Just that I like when Speedball gets the dude into the corner. He does like the little spinning thing into the kick.
Oh,
I like that. Even though I probably would never wrestle barefoot, but that's just me, of course.
He's wild.
Wow for that, yes. So after the match, right? So here's the thing, right? So it looked like Speedball was going to get the win, and then Trey Miguel came in and literally pushed Speedball out, basically, and Wentz did pick up the W, right? With the cutter that he did, that looked very sick, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
So after this, they went to attack Speedball. This led to Trent Seven to return, right?
Trent Seven. He showed up to work, Steve. He finally caught his flight, done eating those burritos at the airport and his donuts and his Sbarro pizza.
Isn't he vegan, though? Isn't he vegan?
I wasn't aware of that.
I don't know. I thought he was.
You don't look vegan, Steve.
I know. What do they call them? Mustache. What do they call them?
Part of the Mustache Mountain, but
what do they call them in TN? Speedball.
Speedball Mountain. That's the name.
Yeah, Speedball Mountain. Yeah. You need a speedball for that mountain. But the crazy thing too, bro. Had he never left, he'd be up there on SmackDown with Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne.
That is true.
But it is what
spanked around on SmackDown. Pause.
He probably would have
payday. You want?
Yeah.
So then this led to Steve Maclin getting involved. And
a real man, a man's man,
a real American.
Yeah, a real American.
Exactly.
He's part of the I ain't gonna say it.
part of a certain side.
Yeah, a certain side.
I'm pretty sure Tucker Carlson will be a fan of this, but then this led to Nick Nemeth making this coming out, and there was a little brawl between everyone here, right? This screams like the 6-man tag or whatever it is.
Yeah,
6-man tag ready to happen, right?
yep.
Down the road, probably a no surrender, right? You have Nick Nemeth, Speedball, and who was Nick Nemeth?
Trent 700 pounds. The guys, he's got it on him.
Yeah, Trent 7, Mike Bailey, and Nick Nemeth versus the team of Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz and Macklin. Probably no surrender. That's the vibe I get, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, your thoughts on this, bro? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was good. I don't know if you're going with like an alliance with Steve Macklin and the Rascals, or if you're just making them a group, but I guess it makes sense considering Nick Nemeth feuded with the Rascals, and he's also going into a singles feud with Steve Macklin. So
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So from there, man, we got Khan cutting a vignette where he called himself the baddest man in TNA and promised to take down 2 men with his bare hands, right?
God.
Yes. From there, we also got Rhino cutting a promo on Crazy Steve for hitting him in the balls on TNA Explosion.
Yo, this promo was hilarious. I loved it.
Rhino promised to make Steve be in so much pain. The pain he, in his elegant words, he would not know what the fuck to do, and promised to rip Steve into half like a fucking piece of shit with the gore. Wow. Just wow, bro. Just wow.
I know, man. Nobody. Rhino's like that dude. You just let him say whatever he wants to say, and you edit it and post later, man. Right? That's Rhino for you, man.
Rhino, basically.
That risky.
On TV. Yeah, those words, man. Poetry in motion, man. So after this, we got Jordan Grace and Trinity versus Savannah Evans and Giselle Shaw. This is basically Trinity's final match on TNA.
Wait. What are you talking about, Steve? I thought this was part of the agreement. I thought Trinity was coming over to TNA tonight.
I don't know, man.
I thought they were building off the Royal Rumble momentum. Jordan Grace went there. They gave Trinity back one time. I thought that's how this works.
Maybe so. But all right, you get her one more night. One more night. Yeah, I get it. One more night. And this was, I guess, the farewell. And, for what it was, it wasn't bad or anything, right? It was an okay match where obviously Trinity made Savannah Evans tap out for a finisher. But this was a good send-off, right? Normally, in the business, when you're on the way out, you take the L, right? You do the job. But she took her L in the title rematch against Jordan Grace. So it's like, you know what? Let's have her leave on a good note. And I'll say this, she's leaving TNA better than when she came in. Now she is a better wrestler for it now, right? Yeah. And you could tell like she was getting very emotional there near the end.
So again, I heard she cut an actual promo. Of course, it didn't air, but yeah,
of course not. Of course not. I think it's just one of those things where, hey, man, you wish you could have seen it, or maybe if you're, the people who run their social media, maybe air the promo as an exclusive.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is, man. What was your overall thoughts on this, bro?
Yeah, it was a fine match. But yeah, I was kind of shocked actually to see Trinity not take an L here, but that just shows you the respect that TNA had for Trinity and what she did and how much she even still respects TNA. A lot of people come into TNA, take what they get and leave, or they get screwed over, whatever. But like if you look on X, like on Trinity's account, she still has knockout in her bio along with WWE star. Right. So it's like that's those people who appreciate the time like that should get those nice send-offs in my opinion. Like I can't be too mad about that. So
yeah. But again, she's a knockout for life, dude.
Yeah.
Knockout for life. So I'm happy for her. And again, in case you guys don't know, it will be at No Surrender. Giselle Shaw cashing in her Ultimate X against Jordan Grace. So we'll see what happens with that as well.
Steve. I don't know if you saw the news, but I learned myself that this week through the D'Amore news that our boy Scott D'Amore, he's dating Giselle Shaw. You
didn't know this?
No, I didn't know that, and I was ashamed of myself.
He's clapping that, bro.
Yeah, no wonder why she's getting that push. But yeah, I digress. Was getting that push.
There's a clip I would play here, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
After all, this guy is canceled, so
don't play it.
You know what I mean?
Deuces.
Yeah.
I'll play that instead. I'll play that. Wow, what the hell? Oh, I'm kidding. I'm not playing. I'm not gonna play it. From there, we saw Diener cutting a promo. But he was interrupted by AJ Francis, Dollar. And he tried to
boy Dollar, future X Division champ, Steve.
Word. He tried to request help from Diener, but they were interrupted by Joe Henry. And Henry read mean tweets about Francis, and Francis told Henry that he would see him. Diener told Henry to not speak to him ever again, basically. So, likely at No Surrender they'll do a match. That being top dollar, whatever the hell you want to call him, against Joe Henry.
Yeah.
Listen, Anthem, pay Joe Henry extra money, bro. If you're gonna lose to Dollar, just please.
Top Dollar can actually talk, though. That's the crazy thing. He would be incredible if he was just a manager for somebody.
Yeah, he would.
He would be amazing.
He definitely would, bro. Definitely would.
Him in the ring, though?
Nah, I don't know about that. Brother. Let's bump the brakes there. From there, we saw Khan defeat Richard Adonis and Ori Gold. This is a squash match. He did the whole thing where he twisted the dude's neck at the end. And after this, though, your boy came out, bro. Your guy, PCO.
The real TNA champion. Moose who?
I don't know. Maybe this new regime.
Yeah, he can go leave and release himself or get fired, go to WWE and let a real champion take over the business of TNA.
So then they start brawling. And I don't know about you, bro, but I'm seeing these two guys brawl. Again, two big guys, right?
Yeah, man.
It just screams Monsters Ball, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna kill each other, and I'm here for it. I'm all here for it.
I'm sure you are. That's what I thought. I literally thought, man, CP's probably going insane for this shit right now.
One thing I do want to say though about the big Con match is that this is how you book squash matches for Monsters.
Oh, the big Con, huh? Big Con.
Yeah, speaking of Con, Mr. Con, this is how you book big guys to win squash matches. He wasn't taking no offense from these two jobbers. He wasn't getting beat up half the match by these two jobbers. He just squashed them. Two, 3 moves, it was done.
And more importantly, he didn't seem like he injured his leg there. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. Give my boy Wardlow, the War Dog. Give him a break, man. Come on.
All right. So after this, we got Josh Alexander versus Alan Angels. I thought this was a fine match. Nothing crazy, just quick. Obviously, Josh Alexander made his mini version of himself tap out.
Yes, mini Josh Alexander.
He made him tap out to the ankle lock there. Kurt Angle would be proud.
Yeah, he was cranking that thing with purpose.
Exactly. He really, really was. And he was, again, just leaving, celebrating with the fans, and a fan attacks him dressed in disguise. And who was that, bro?
Gosh.
Simon Gotch, bro.
This is what that Anthem budget can afford, Steve.
And it's funny because they go to commercial, right? And you see Tom Hannafin, right? That's his name, right? Tom Hannafin. and Matthew Ridwolf, like they're talking, and Tom Phillip, let's call him Tom, right? Tom looking at Ridwolf like, wait a minute, you must know something about this because again, they have a history, right? And in case you guys don't know as well, they on the independents, they're teaming together on the independents.
That is correct.
So Ridwolf was like, oh, I wasn't aware of this, right? Yeah. Which I do think he kind of is. I think in due time, everything, all the pieces will fall together. But I do like the idea of Josh Alexander working with guys who are from the outside. You know, again, Bound for Glory, he worked with, you know, Alex Hammerstone.
Yeah.
Right? Impact a couple of weeks ago, he beat Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
He's on his way to AEW, right?
Yep.
And now here he is. And again, it's not the same caliber of competition, but nevertheless, it's, you know, Simon Gotch. You know, he last time I remember, he was an MLW, part of Contra Unit, remember? So
I don't remember, Steve. I don't watch MLW.
Oh, that's fair enough. Respectfully. That's respectful.
But what I do want to point out about this segment is this was poorly from a logic base booked. This guy, Simon Gotch, is supposed to be a fan, right? And I don't know if you saw it, but when he swings at Josh Alexander, actually another fan like jumps out of the way of it because they genuinely thought it was a real fan. But right, so this is a real fan, and there was no security to be found in this segment. No security. There was security in the con and PCO segment. Where was the security here? Was the Anthem budget that thin? You know, we could only afford just the security for this portion of the show, and they took the night off after that. PCO took them out so that they couldn't come down for this segment. It made no sense. And not to mention the crowd, bro. To be honest, I think the crowd actually did think that this dude was a fan, bro, because they did not react when he took the mask off that it was Simon Gotch. They didn't even, they're like, oh, wait, is that actually a fan? Like, bro.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
Bro, nobody cared, Steve.
What's going on, Jacob? What's going on? I just joined. What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? Sub up.
Sub up, brother. Sub up. And also, if you guys want to become a channel member, only $2.99 a month. Bonus content, members only streams. If you have 2K23, you can be part of the ATP gaming roster, soon to be 2K24. So just some perks you get here, man. Some perks you get. So we get to that's wonderful to know. We got the main event, Alex Shelley versus Eddie Edwards, right? I thought it was a very, very solid main event.
Yeah.
Nothing to go crazy, but again, they're doing this whole thing where Alex Shelley is going up against everyone from the system, right? Being that no surrender, he's facing Moose. So you got to beat one by one, right?
Yeah.
And they were going back and forth, right? You know, they want you to believe that, you know, that, hey, Eddie Edwards, who, you know, how the mighty has fallen, right? How long has this been, right? It's not 2016 no more.
Yeah, man.
You know? You know what I mean?
AIP, you know?
And he ended up losing.
Yeah.
To Alex Shelley. After the match, right? Brian Myers comes out. They're trying to get the ambush, right? The ambush on Alex Shelley. Chris Sabin makes this. Kushida makes the save.
Yeah, our boy.
Time splitters, right? Time splitters.
Yeah.
Right? They're trying to make the save, and what do you know? Who else makes the save too, bro? Kevin Knight. Kevin fucking Knight, bro.
Kevin Knight.
Listen, I'm new to this, right? I'm new to the guy, right? Pause, you know.
Yeah.
First time, but I'm impressed. I'm impressed by him, right?
Yeah.
Goes on the outside, attacks the members of the system, right? And that's how they end the show, bro. All of them celebrating. And overall, again, I thought, you know, the good way to close the show. You want to give Shelley some type of momentum, right? Going into No Surrender. Do I think he's winning the belt back? No. Nah. It all depends. Well,
yeah, you know, We don't know who Anthem who they want to go with. Maybe it's the superstar they have to pay the less, you know. So,
exactly, yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But overall, I thought TNA episode to Dynamite, my bad, Impact tonight.
Might as well have been a Dynamite. It kind of felt like that in some ways.
No, I don't know, man. A little bit more could have felt like a Rampage, you know.
Yeah.
And, everyone
knows
knows
the hashtag AEW Rampage after it. Like no one's watching that. Dude.
Yeah,
stop.
You know, but
oh man,
as far as the grade goes, who's Kevin Knight?
I've never said who's Kevin Knight. Never.
I respect the honesty, Jacob. I respect
Kevin Knight. He's LA Knight's black brother. You know.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, look him up. Yeah, look him up. I will say this overall, I thought tonight's episode of Impact, I'm gonna give it a C. Overall,
yeah.
You know. What about you, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it about a C minus in there. Steve, who was your MVP? Let's take a look at our Romeo's book. Who was the MVP tonight for Impact?
The MVP. Let's see here. MVP. I'm gonna go. Let's see here. Look at the results here. And, I'm gonna go with Josh Alexander.
Oh wow, you respect Josh Alexander putting over
the young talent, man,
putting over his son, helping his son out.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I'll pick Jordan Grace and Trinity. They're the MVPs of the night.
Yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah.
And my LVP goes to TNA for booking that trash. And my LVP is going to Anthem.
Yeah.
Because what the heck?
You know what? Now fuck this. Our MVP, Scott D'Amore.
Yeah. Erase all that.
Your MVP, Scott D'Amore.
Hashtag we want D'Amore. That's who you need to be fighting for, not Cody Rhodes and all this garbage.
Exactly.
The guy who lost his job. That's who you need to be saying. We want D'Amore.
Exactly. That's gonna be it for us, guys. In case you guys have missed it,
shout out to these new these new people. I've never seen any of you, so welcome.
Welcome. In case you guys missed it earlier today, myself, Walter, Big Mike, we did do a watch along to the WrestleMania 40 kickoff press conference. We did do a watch along. We watched along as everything was going down, and Cody Rhodes just chose Roman Reigns, and it led to a family affair here with The Rock.
Our boy, Dwayne, a man's man.
Bitch slapped the hell out of Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins looked like the biggest chump, right? And yeah, man, that's what happened. That's what happened here. All right.
Slapped the fire at that boy.
Yes. You guys
so hard that the Stardust paint just came back.
Exactly. You guys can follow the Around the Point Network on Twitter at X at AT Network. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. I will not be here next week on Impact Breakdown, being that I leave Thursday. My bad. I leave on Wednesday to Peru. Going back to the month, but don't worry, the channel will still be active.
Okay.
Likely you'll be joined by either Walter or Romeo, one or the other. You'll be joined. So don't worry, the show will still take place. I just won't be here. I'll be watching. I'll be watching from afar. Right. But Cpeezy, thank you, brother. Let them know where can they check you out, bro.
So you can follow me at Cpeezy loves you, LUVZU. It's in the description box if you want to hear my outrageous wrestling takes and sports takes. Steve, someone has a question. What is
who's Ari Emanuel? We don't even know. I don't even know him like that. Jake, I don't even know Ari.
We might gotta pull some strings, Papa H comes on the show, and maybe you can work something out, Steve, with that.
Our investors, Tony and Paul, when they show up, maybe, you know what I mean? But that's gonna be it for us, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for all. You guys have been awesome as always. All right. Oh my goodness. That's gonna wrap it up for us. For myself, for Cpeezy, for the gang, for Scott D'Amore. This has been Impact Breakdown here on the Around the Point Network. We will see you all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.